Hey friends, happy Saturday. I thought today that I would go over or show you everything that I purchased during my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. I believe I now have everything that I have ordered, so I thought I would just do one video and show you everything that I picked up. I have to say that I'm really excited about all the things that I did manage to get during the sale. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys was, believe it or not, I have never purchased an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette before. And then when I saw that they had the Norvina palette and it was half off, I thought it was the perfect time to try it. I know that many of you probably already have this palette, but like I said, I've never tried any of them. And this palette, this actually came yesterday, and here's how that's looking. This palette is gorgeous. This is right up my alley. I love these shimmers in here. I love that it's got neutral, but it's got pops of color, and it's just really, really beautiful. I'm very, very happy with it. I also like the packaging. The packaging is like almost feels like a suede, and I like that they have like this little tab, because this is like magnetic, and if you have her palette, they all look like that. But I just thought this was a fun palette, and I noticed that a lot of people, it's their favorite of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and that people still wear it and like it, and then also use it to compare it to other palettes that have been released more recently. So I picked that up, and I definitely want to maybe do a get ready with me, in the future. And I, probably like to try all of these products just so we can play around with them. I did use some of them today to get ready for this video, but I would love to do a get ready with me as well. The other product that I picked up is the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is the Ultra Glow. I have had the regular spray, and I really like it. And I've been using more the Charlotte Tilbury. I actually really love this one, the Charlotte Tilbury. It's from her Airbrush Flawless line. Love that one. Would highly recommend that to anybody. But the Urban Decay works really well. Here's how that's looking. I've actually got it on today. I did use it to set my makeup today, and I do like it, and I really do like the all-nighter. I mean, I would probably say that the Charlotte Tilbury might be my number one, that I really like a lot. But I also do like the Urban Decay, and at 50% off, I thought this was a great buy. Then I also got the Kylie. I just got one lip kit because I wanted to try it. The one that I got is Angel Matte. I didn't realize that this was matte, to be honest with you. I've got it on today, so you can see that color. It is very matte. I mean, I put it on and it immediately dried on my lips, and I really don't like that. So that was my mistake in picking that up. I probably at the time thought that matte didn't have anything to do with the consistency, but rather the shade. But I think it might have something to do with the consistency. I went over it with this Charlotte Tilbury Collagen bath. I really like this. I got this in like that holiday set that they did last year, and I saw that they're doing another one, so I'll probably pick that up again this year. I really like this. I just went over it to give it just a little bit of shine, because I don't like matte products on my lips. They just are very drying. They kind of break down after a while, and I like a little bit of shine on my lips. So I said, what could I put over this that, and then I just reached for this, and I think it was the perfect shade. I think this is a really, I got it because I really wanted to try. This is from her new line, so you can see what the component looks like. And then of course it came with a liner, and I'll just put that on my hand here to show you. It's very pretty. There was one other shade that I was thinking of that I wasn't sure, and I kind of went back and forth. And of course the other one is more like the ones that I usually pick shades like this. So this is kind of like a mauve-y nude. So it's very pretty. The other one was probably more nude, and I have so many of those kind of shades. I mean, what can I say? I pick the same type of shades all the time. I just find that those are the ones that look the best on me. But that's what I did today. So I did wear this today. And that's my thoughts on that. I think it'll be fine. I just really need to put something over it just to give it some shine and a little hydration. The next product that I got is, I was really excited to see the Jaclyn Hill products were a part of the 21 Days of Beauty. I thought the 21 Days of Beauty this year was really good. Instead of giving us the same stuff over and over, that like I would just buy stuff here and there and just do repurchases, they actually had a lot of products that I've never tried before and I wanted to try, and Jaclyn Hill is one of them. Her new products that she's been launching have been getting really good reviews. I did go back and watch a couple of older videos when she did launch some of these products so I could figure out which ones would work best for me. So I went ahead and I got the, first of all, these are made in Italy. So right there, that's great. This is the component of the highlighter. It's a little chunky, the component, but nonetheless, it's very pretty. It's got the raised J there, and it says Jaclyn up here at the top. And then here's the shade itself. The shade is actually, I think, yeah, it's called Iced. And they're very baked. And then they have just a really, you could see that. I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. I've got it on today. You can see how much highlight that gave me. It feels nice. The component feels nice. It just feels really good, and really, really like that. I'm so happy that they had them as part of the 21 days. And then speaking of Jaclyn, I also picked up the Baked Bronze and Blushing Duo. I got shade Sunkissed and Bronze Moment. And then this component is black. So it's got, you know, it's kind of thick. You could see my fingerprints are all over it already. Raised J, Jaclyn in the corner. And then here's how this shade is looking. By the way, Babs Beauty is the one that turned me on to the highlighter. She highly recommended Iced, and whatever Babs says goes. I always go with what Babs tells me or tells us. But here's how that's looking. I've got this on. I did have to go back and watch. I think it was Morgan Turner that did. She had a few of these. And maybe Tara Lynn, and they were like, you really only need one because they all look kind of similar. I just had to figure out which one was going to work for me. And I felt like this one was the best for my skin tone. And I really like it. It's very pigmented. I did pick up the KVD Vegan Beauty. This is that gel contour. I think this is just light, whatever the lightest one is. I got this because of Brittany Clark. She did a live video and she tried this on, and she actually compared it to the Charlotte Tilbury one. And this one is, you know, the Charlotte Tilbury is great. I like it. But I wanted to get something a little warmer. And so I did use that. And then I did use the bronzer and the cheek product today of the Jaclyn Hill. And I really like it. It's got a lot of pigment. I thought basically that bronzer and that shade really worked out well for me. So I did pretty well picking that up. Another product that I got, I picked up the Lancome La Vie est Belle perfume. This is just a half an ounce. I have to be careful with perfumes because if they're too strong or there's a certain note in it, it will give me a migraine. I just became, as I got older, I just got more sensitive to smells. Even my husband, when we get him colognes, we have to be careful with it because they can, again, like his cologne can do that. So I always have to be careful with these kind of scents. I did look at the reviews. There was tons of great reviews. Even a person in the reviews said, I suffer from migraines and this did not give me a migraine. And I wore it one day. I love the scent. I want to start by saying I love the scent. There's a reason why it practically had 5 stars and all these great reviews. But one day I must have put too much of it on and it did wind up giving me like a breakthrough migraine headache. And so I'm probably just going to wind up, I got 2 of them in case I liked it. So I'm probably just going to wind up returning both of them because I don't even want to give it to somebody I know or anything because if it's on them too, it's going to bother me. So unfortunately, this is a fail for me, but not due to the scent. The next thing that I got, I really like the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation. I actually bought this last year during the, it was sometime within the last year that they had this in one of the sales. It's a luminous foundation. I personally really like it. It's a full coverage and I like luminosity. So I went ahead and I just simply purchased a backup of it. I really like it. So at half off, I thought that was great. Speaking of perfumes, the perfumes that don't bother me and I can completely handle are the Philosophy Grace perfumes. And so I had like a 3.2 or 3.4 ounce. I'm kind of getting to the bottom of it. And I don't know, sometimes when you have those big bottles of perfumes, I find that over time they lose their strength, they kind of break down. And so it's fine. It doesn't smell bad or anything like that. But, you know, I don't want to buy those big bottles anymore. They had this size, which is really perfect. It's the Amazing Grace. I love this perfume. I've been wearing it for years. And even though I still have some left in that larger bottle, which I'll probably finish off, I definitely wanted to get a backup and get a fresh one, you know, something, like I said, after a while. So the next product I got is the Kopari Coconut Melt. There is a gal that I watch on here, and I'm so sorry I can't remember her name right now. Oh, I want to give her credit and I just can't. If I can find her page, I'll try to link her or I'll reference her in the description. But she raved about the Kopari products, and I think she said she uses this one to shave. It's multiple uses. It is a clean vegan brand. It looks like they use recyclables. It's sulfate free. It doesn't have silicone or phthalates in it. I like coconut, so, and coconut is good for you. It is, let me see if I can get this. Well, I won't open it now just because I have another one. I have another moisturizer I'm using right now that I want to get through, and I want to keep this fresh. But anyway, I picked this one. It's a coconut melt, and I'm going to try using it different ways. And I like Kopari. I think their lip products are really good. At some point during the year, they had, I picked up this Kopari Lip Product, and it is so moisturizing. I think Samantha March, this was like one of her favorites. And I think like during one of her, like, what is she going to buy during a Sephora sale? She was going to get a backup of this. And then I think I saw another YouTuber saying that she also liked this. This is awesome. And then last year they did like a holiday set, and I bought that too. And so I love their lip products, and I wanted to give the coconut melt a try. So picked that up, and then I love the It Confidence in a Cleanser. I've been using this for the last few years. I used to use Philosophy's cleanser, but it got, I don't know, I felt like it wasn't totally taking all my makeup off, because I would think that I got it all off. And then when I would go to, like, you know, do my toner, I was still taking makeup off, and I was like, is this stuff really getting my makeup off? So I switched to this. I bought 3 of these because I use them and they were half off. It was a great buy. Actually, no, I didn't get this during the half off. I take that back. They gave me a few coupons right around the time of the 21 Days of Beauty, and I used it on this because it's considered prestige. That's how I got this. This was not part of the 21 Days of Beauty. Anyway, I got a few of those. I don't need to show you all 3 boxes of those. You get it. And then I love lashes, and so I picked up the House of Lashes. I got these iconic lights. I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, I have to cut these. I always have to cut these I can't just ever put them on my eyes. They don't fit. And then I never tried Lily lashes before, and I think these are the faux minks. And I'm not sure about these. I personally think these might be too long for me. I definitely prefer like a wispy style, something more like this. I just happen to have this out. You see how this is like, this one's already cut and it's a little more natural looking. So I'm not sure I'm really gonna like these. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these yet. I mean, they're probably a fun like holiday lash, but typically I would like to use them a few times. The box is really nice. It comes in like a nice cardboard box. So I can understand why the Lily lashes are more expensive. And then I also got the Noir Fairy Lights from House of Lashes. And I think I'll be okay with the House of Lashes. They had so many lashes that day. They had a good amount, like a good array. And I had a bunch of them in my cart. And I said, well, I can't buy all of them. First of all, I don't need all these lashes, right? Because I already have like some in my stash. But I really used that as an opportunity to try some other styles and of course brands. And so I wound up like pulling like 3 or 4 of them out. I also picked up, I think that same day, they had the Lash Food. This is the Conditioning Collagen Lash Primer. I'm noticing that as I'm getting older, that my lashes are, your hair gets thinner as you get older. You just start to lose hair, and, it's just an unfortunate part of life. So I really like to use a lash primer when I do mascara because I want to protect my lashes as much as possible. But I've never tried the Lash Food. I do like that there's collagen in it. So I definitely wanted to give this a try. This is cruelty-free, no parabens, and then it has a nano pepto complex. So it's bumped up from like a regular lash primer. I'm trying to go through this quickly so this video isn't too long. I did wind up picking up 2 of these lip injection lip glosses by Too Faced. I got the shade Pretty Peony. I can't. And then the other one is Wifey for Lifey. So this one's a little more like a sheer pink, and this one has a little more opacity. It looks very much like this color. Really nice. I love the lip injections. I actually have Last year I bought like the little holiday set with them. I've bought the full size of the regular, you know, lip plumper, and I really do like the lip plumper. Even though these are glosses, they can be a little drying. So, and I guess that's just the nature of, that's one of them. I guess that's just the nature of a plumping product, is they don't tend to be very hydrating. And so I would never say that this is like very hydrating. It's okay, but you know, I do find myself reapplying periodically when I did wear it. That same YouTuber, she's from Texas. She did a whole video on the Saint-Tropez self tanner. This is the enhanced 1 hour that I got. It's a self tan express. So it's liquidy, and I think this is actually, it's all sealed up. I guess it's more like a spray. So like you spray it on and then you kind of rub it in. People swear by Saint-Tropez. There's a reason why it has the price point it does, I suppose. So I do like to have a bit of a self-tan there. Picked up the Lancome Definicils. This is really good for taking off. You always have to shake it up, but really good for taking off eye makeup. And then, no, that didn't come with that. I'm done here. Okay. Then, so that, I think that concludes the 21 Days of Beauty. And then in between there, Sephora had a 20% off foundations, I think for like 4 days. And I had heard a lot about the Dior Air Flash. So I went ahead and picked up the Dior Air Flash. There is like Morgan Turner, Kate the Great Beauty, I think Michelle Wong. Who else likes this? I think those are the three I could think of off the top of my head. Swear by this Air Flash. Love it. And in fact, I think Morgan Turner said she was going to pick up a backup during the sale. This is an interesting foundation. First of all, it's a spray. So you shake it up, right? So you hear that little ball inside. And then I sprayed it on the back of my hand. And then I took one of these, you know, sponges, and but then I was like, no, the sponge is soaking this up. So I literally just took my fingers and then I went over, right? And I kind of like put it down my neck and whatnot. I heard this is buildable to a full coverage. I think Dior says it's like a medium buildable full. To me, this is very light medium coverage. I mean, I have it on today. It's a really nice foundation. I do have some Tarte Double Duty. This is the creamy concealer. I didn't really put it like in my trouble spots that I have, where I have some melasma going on in my cheeks. I've talked about this on my Instagram page. I've talked about it on YouTube here, but I had to go over those spots a little bit more. But I think it's a nice foundation, and I can see why people really like this. I want to say that Morgan Turner said, I like it for like a no makeup day. And then others have said, yeah, I could build it up. And then I've seen other people actually use it and it looks nice on their skin. But if you have trouble skin, you have a lot you want to cover up, I would not recommend this. It's a beautiful foundation. I'm going to keep it. I'm not going to return it as long as it doesn't make me break out. But that's my thoughts on it. I mean, I do like it so far. I only used it today, and after I used like the Jaclyn Hill products and the Glow Setting Spray by Urban Decay, I thought it was, I thought it was really nice. So, is there anything else that I want to show you? No, I'm going to do a separate video for that. Okay, so that is everything that I purchased during the 21 Days of Beauty, and then that Sephora foundation sale. I only picked up one foundation because I got the other one, the Anastasia from the 21 Days of Beauty. But that's basically what I picked up. I'm really excited about all these products, and like I said, I did use a few of them today, and I think in the future I would like to probably do like a get ready with me and maybe use the products on camera. So for its fall is finally here. You already know the foundation, the other products I put on today. For my eyes, I did use the Jeffree Star Deceased palette. I think this is a great palette especially for like this time of year. It's got all these like great gray and mauve tones. And so I did go ahead and use that today. For my lashes, I used the Man Eater. I think this is a great mascara. And everything else, and just the Air Brow is what I used on my eyebrows. This is a great product. Love it, by Kosas. So that's everything that I have on today. On my face. And anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to wrap it up. And I would love to hear, have you tried any of these products? Did you pick up any of these products? Do you have any experience with this Air Flash? I'd really love to hear your thoughts on that. Or any of these other products I haven't tried yet, but did purchase during the 21 Days of Beauty. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.